Qutbuddin Aibak was a military general, administrator, and the first independent Muslim ruler of India. He founded the Mamluk dynasty, also known as the Slave dynasty, and laid the foundation of the Delhi Sultanate, which would go on to rule large parts of the Indian subcontinent. For several centuries, a former slave who rose to power through merit and military prowess. Ibek's life is a testament to the dynamic nature of social mobility in the medieval Islamic world. His legacy endures through monumental architecture, administrative innovations, and his role in establishing a new political era in Indian history. Qutbuddin Aibak was born around 1150 CE in Turkestan, a region in present day Central Asia. As a child, he was sold into slavery and eventually bought by a nobleman in the court of the Ghurid Sultan Muhammad Ghori. Recognizing his intelligence, skills in archery, and military capabilities, his master trained him in the arts of warfare and governance. Over time, Aibek rose to become one of Muhammad Ghori's most trusted generals and administrators. During Muhammad Ghori's campaigns in northern India in the late 12th century, Qutbuddin Aibak played a crucial role. He led military expeditions, subdued rebellious kingdoms, and established garrisons in conquered territories. His notable victories include the consolidation of Muslim rule in areas such as Delhi, Ajmer, and Meerut. In recognition of his service, Muhammad Ghori appointed him as the governor of India, headquartered in Delhi. After the assassination of Muhammad Ghori in 1206, the Ghurid Empire fragmented. In the power vacuum that followed, Qutbuddin Aibak asserted his independence and proclaimed himself Sultan of Delhi, thereby founding the Delhi Sultanate. He took the title Sultan, marking the first instance of an Islamic rule in India, assuming sovereign authority independent of any foreign power. This declaration marked the beginning of Muslim rule in India as a sovereign state, rather than a province under a Central Asian overlord. Although his reign lasted only 4 years, it laid the essential groundwork for future dynasties, including the Khaljis, Tughlaqs, and Lodis. Qutbuddin Aibak was known for his justice, generosity, and efforts to win the loyalty of the local population. Though he came from a military background, his administration was not solely focused on warfare. He maintained order in the newly conquered territories and established a functioning system of governance. He appointed loyal officers, distributed land grants to nobles and soldiers called Iqta, and sought to integrate Islamic administration with existing regional structures. While he was not known for large scale reforms, his rule provided a degree of stability in a politically volatile time. Qutbuddin Aibak is especially remembered for his patronage of architecture and culture. One of his most famous legacies is the Qutub Minar, located in Delhi. Though construction was started by Aibak, it was completed by his successor and son in law Iltutmish. The Qutub Minar is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site and stands as a symbol of his Indo Islamic architecture. He also built the Quwat al Islam Mosque, considered the first mosque in Delhi. Qutbuddin Aibak also patronized scholars and poets. He was known as Lak Baksh, giver of lakhs, due to his generosity. His court included Persian scholars and poets, which helped spread Persian as the court language, laying the foundation of the rich Indo Persian culture that followed. Despite his achievements, Aibak's rule was not without its challenges. His reign was brief and largely focused on consolidation rather than expansion. Several regions such as Bengal and Sindh remained beyond effective control. Additionally, his legitimacy was occasionally questioned by rival nobles and former Ghurid governors. His death in 1210 was sudden and tragic. While playing the game of Chogan, a kind of polo, in Lahore, he fell from his horse and succumbed to internal injuries. He was buried in Lahore, where his tomb still stands today. Qutbuddin Aibak's legacy is both political and cultural. Politically, he established the first independent Muslim kingdom in India, a moment that fundamentally changed the subcontinent's history. The Delhi Sultanate became a powerful and enduring entity, ruling much of northern India for over 3 centuries until the rise of the Mughals. Culturally, he introduced elements of Persian Islamic architecture, language, and administration into Indian society. The monuments he built and the scholars he patronized laid the groundwork for a fusion of culture that would define much of medieval Indian civilization. His most lasting contribution was the appointment and grooming of Iltutmish, his son in law, as his successor. The fact that Aibak, a former slave, was able to create a legacy that endured through subsequent generations is a striking testament to his capability and vision. Qutbuddin Aibak was a pivotal figure in Indian history. Rising from humble origins as a slave, he became a general, a governor, and finally a sovereign ruler. Though his reign was brief, it was a foundational in every sense, politically, culturally, and architecturally. He demonstrated that leadership was not necessarily inherited but could be earned through talent, strategy, and vision. His role as the founder of the Delhi Sultanate changed the course of Indian history, ushering in centuries of Muslim rule and cultural exchange. Today, his contributions are remembered not just through the towering minaret that bears his name, but through the enduring impact he has had on Indian civilization.